Hey, this is HD Gordon live at the Booking Hour headquarters with Airicka Phoenix. Thank you all for joining us on our first rebroadcast of last week's Friday Book Bites, where we're going to bring you the publishing industry's best kept secrets.
Yes, so on this evening's show, we'll be talking about the 7 things you need to know about self-publishing, things that you may not realize, and things that will eventually make a huge impact on your publishing career.
That's right. So let's jump right into the first thing you're going to come up against, and that's money. So the cost to publish will likely outweigh the amount you're going to make in the first year. And when you decide to become a self-publisher, you're essentially becoming your own small business. So like most startup businesses, you'll need to keep in mind that it'll seem like you're putting in more work than you're getting back initially. So it's important to make a rundown of what you know you're going to need in order to set and save for a budget.
Definitely. So a quick rundown of things you will definitely need. Cover designer, editor, formatter. Also, how will you be promoting your book? Will you do a giveaway? Which in case you'll need bookmarks, swag, you'll need paperback copies of your books. Most important thing, you will be paying for your own shipping. So you got to make sure that you include that in your budget. Will you be hiring a company to do the legwork for you? These are just some of the things that you need to keep in mind while you're getting your book ready to launch.
That's right. And that brings us to our second point, which is time. Not just money you're going to have to budget. You're going to really need to prioritize your time. Managing where you spend your time and how makes all the difference. It's not enough to simply write. You're going to need to interact with readers. You'll need to find time for your family, for your day job, if you have one, to watch The Walking Dead. These are all important things.
Definitely. So social media, obviously, is one of the most addictive vices out there. It's a brilliant tool, but also an amazing time, time drainer. So make sure you make time to engage with your readers as well as make time to get those words out on paper.
That's right. So let's talk real quick about reviews.
Oh,
Every author loves getting reviews. They are really essential in the sense that they provide feedback and they help drive sales. But what happens when you get a negative review?
obviously, the worst thing you could possibly ever do is engage with a reviewer. Never, ever engage. Don't comment. Don't get others to comment for you. Negative reviews are as essential to your work as positive ones. Too many 5-star reviews, no one will believe its authenticity. Even the top-selling award-winning novels get 1 stars. It's organic, and people will respond better than seeing 5 stars across the board. So obviously people will either love your work or they'll hate your work. But the thing is to remember that you can't stop. It's your job. And if you love your job, you got to do the best that you can.
That's right. So let's move to point 3, and that is patience and dedication. Nothing happens overnight. It takes time to build a following. It takes time to build your platform. If you don't know what a platform is, you're going to have to look into that. It definitely takes time to complete a novel. These are things you can't and really shouldn't rush. Writing is a sprint and it's not a marathon, and you'll grow with every book.
Right, absolutely. Which leads us to building your community, building your following. We all start from ground zero, 1 follower for everybody, right? And you need to work your butt off and keep working your butt off to keep every follower that you have. But it's also important to keep in mind that you need more than just readers and bloggers in your corner.
That's right. Authors, in fact, make the best supporters. They know what you're going through. They can offer insight. And it's important to not always make things about yourself. You want to promote others. You want to build trust and make it like a family, because you'll never, ever find a closer, more loving community than the author community. It's really amazing.
Absolutely, definitely. So hobbies. If this is a hobby for you, disregard everything we just talked about. But if you're in this to make a legit business venture, then treat it like a business.
That's right. I wish somebody had told me that in the beginning. You definitely, like you would with a business, need to put in the time, the money, the sweat, and the blood it requires to flourish and become what it is that you really want to work your butt off to accomplish.
Absolutely. And so now we're on the dreaded comment of all, branding. I personally myself didn't know what it was when I first started. Obviously, even with all my research that I did do, branding hit me full force, and it was just an absolute nightmare because I had to scramble to keep up and brand myself when I was already established. So real quick, here are the things you need to know about branding.
Well, I think that people hear the word branding and it scares them. And they're like, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do that. But let's think of it like this. When you hear the name Nicholas Sparks, what comes to mind? Romance novels, right? Like white people almost kissing on covers. So when you hear the name Stephen King, what comes to mind? Horror novels, right? This essentially is branding. When people can associate a certain product to your name, when they can make a connection, when they know what to expect when they pick up a book with your name on it. And this is not just limited to the genre or the type of story you're telling, but to the quality as well. A piece of advice I wish I'd received early on was to stick to primarily to one genre. Again, so that people can know what to expect when they see your name, same as they know what to expect with Nicholas Sparks or Stephen King. Now, if you're a vet in the game and you've already built a following and a fan base, this doesn't so much apply to you, but it's definitely a good idea to keep in mind if you're newer or just starting out.
Definitely. You got to also remember that even established authors, when you switch genres, you will have a minor impact with your followings who have been following you for contemporary, and all of a sudden you jump into paranormal. So there is going to be a fluctuation. Just got to go with the roll. All right. So that concludes our show for this evening. We hope you were able to take away something that we shared, and somehow it helps you in your future endeavors.
Right, and we're open to questions if you have them, so just drop them in the comments below and we might cover it in our next segment.
Which will be next week, Friday the 20th, May 20th. Also, please remember that everything we shared is our personal thoughts and feelings. No two tricks were the same for everyone. So make sure that you work out what best works for you. This business is a lot of trial and error, as Jeffrey A. Carver said. Carver. You learn by doing, by making mistakes, and then seeing where you went wrong.
That's right. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next Friday, May 20th, as we break down another Friday Book Bites.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.